Imagine this. It's 1518. You're in Strasbourg. Life is already peak Dark Souls difficulty, plague, famine, no plumbing. Then someone in your neighborhood starts dancing in the street. No music, no party, just raw medieval groove energy. You're like, okay, weird flex, but okay. 3 days later, 400 people are doing the Macarena of death. This is the actual, factual, historically documented tale of the dancing plague of 1518, aka the weirdest, most cursed flash mob in human history. Welcome to Strasbourg Holy Roman Empire Edition. It's July 1518, and this place is basically SimCity Plague Expansion Pack. Crops are failing, people are starving, and nobody's heard of soap. Then, out of the fog of misery and sweat, emerges Frau Troffea, a woman who walks into the street and just starts dancing. Not like interpretive dance. Not a jig. We're talking full body, possessed by the spirit of Just Dance, 2033 levels of movement. She dances for hours, alone, in silence. If this were D&D, someone would be rolling an insight check like crazy. But she's not drunk. She's not performing. She's just vibing. Violently. Fast forward a few days, and the medieval street party has grown. Not because it's fun, but because other people start dancing too, against their will. At its peak, up to 400 people joined in. It's like someone cast mass dance at 9th level and nobody had a saving throw high enough. Naturally, the city's top minds got involved. But remember, this is 1518. Top minds here means guys who think leeches are nature's therapist. Their diagnosis? Overheated blood. Yes, the blood's just too spicy. Their solution? Let them dance it out. No joke. They cleared space, built a stage, and hired actual musicians to play for the afflicted. This is the equivalent of giving cocaine to a toddler having a sugar crash. It's like if the CDC said, "Oh, you have COVID. Better host a Super Bowl halftime show to sweat it out." The results? Predictably horrific. People danced until their feet bled, until they collapsed, until some of them died from exhaustion, heart failure, strokes. Literal death by dancing. Bards, you've been warned. Let's dive into the big nerd pile of theories historians have cooked up, shall we? First, mass psychogenic illness. Basically, panic attack, but multiplayer. Strasbourg was a pressure cooker of trauma, famine, disease, non-stop church guilt trips. People were wound tighter than a cursed fiddle. In a setting where people believed saints could curse you with dance fever, one woman breaking into a trance could literally cause a chain reaction. Think of it as an anxiety flash mob, but instead of anxiety, it's interpretive jazz hands until you die. Dusra ergot poisoning. That's right, medieval LSD bread. Ergot is a psychedelic fungus that grows on rye during damp conditions. Eat enough of it, and you're on a bad Skyrim mod. It causes spasms, hallucinations, and convulsions. Not quite dancing, but close enough for Renaissance standards. But here's the thing. Ergot usually makes you seize, not groove. It's more exorcist than footloose. Plus, not everyone affected lived in the same area or ate the same bread. Still, bonus points for being the only theory that doubles as a warning about carbs. 3rd Street Vitus's curse. Enter Saint Vitus. Patron saint of dance, epilepsy, and uncomfortably specific medieval problems. People legit believed he could curse you into dancing, like a holy Dance Dance Revolution boss fight. If you were touched by him, you had to go on an epic dance quest until he forgave you. This wasn't science. It was religion with rhythm. Many dancers were taken to a shrine of Saint Vitus to pray for mercy. And some actually stopped dancing after that. Coincidence? Miracle? New patch notes for reality? We may never know. 4. Demonic possession. Because medieval logic goes, if it's weird and we don't like it, it's probably Satan. Some thought the devil himself was making Strasbourg boogie into hell, which would be metal as hell, honestly. No evidence for this one, but A+ for narrative flair. After weeks of literal death conga, the city finally decided that maybe hiring musicians was a bad idea. The dancers were rounded up and sent to the shrine of, you guessed it, Saint Vitus. There, they performed rituals, gave offerings, and finally, the dancing slowed down. Maybe because of divine intervention. Maybe because everyone was finally too injured to stand. Who's to say? And like that, the plague faded. No sequel, no encore. Just silence, confusion, and one hell of a trauma hangover. The dancing plague of 1518 remains one of the weirdest bugs in the human operating system. It's a real historical event, with multiple accounts, city records, and physician notes confirming it. And yet, we still don't really know why it happened. It's the kind of thing that would be rejected from a Doctor Who script for being too weird. But here's what it shows. Humans are social, scared, wired for belief, and really bad at handling stress. Put us in the right or wrong conditions, and suddenly we're syncing up like NPCs in a Bethesda glitch. Honestly, this whole thing was just one ancient patch away from becoming a full-on left shark situation. So, what did we learn? Don't let your friends dance for 6 days straight. Seriously. Bread can betray you. Never trust medieval doctors. Ever. If a cursed woman starts moonwalking in silence, maybe don't form a conga line. And finally, the real plague was the friends we danced to death along the way. Like period, comment, and subscribe for more historical weirdness, accidental disasters, and humanity's greatest oopsie-doopsies. You're watching War and Other Poor Decisions, where history is messy, nerdy, and sometimes terminally funky.